Hey guys, it's the time of the week again where we talk about Jollibee. I know all of you want to know where is it headed, what's the chart telling us as well, so you get a context of what are you going to do. Are you going to buy some more? Are you going to avoid it still? Or are you going to sell and take profits? Or do you have to get out of the stock because it really hasn't shown us any evidence yet that it's going to trend and push higher? If you want to know more, check this video out. Hi everyone, so this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, I'm a stock trader and investor and I analyze different stocks in the market. These are not stock picks, but this is me giving you a framework on how you can find specific areas on where you can buy or sell just based on what the charts are telling you, just based on what technical analysis is saying. Because technical analysis is saying, can't tell you everything you need to know is found on the charts. Everything you need to know is based on the price action as well. So enjoy the rest of the video. So it's a time of the week again where we analyze Jollibee, where we continue to follow up, to follow its price action, because as you all know, Jollibee a couple of weeks ago, couple of months ago, has been dropping, and the next hunt is to find out, is it actually reversing, or this movement up is something that's short-lived and it will just continue to pour down right after. You have to remember, even in bearish markets, even in downtrends, there are some spikes up. So is this movement of Jollibee just a spike up? Or is it on the verge also of reversing? That's what we're going to talk about. You can also expect in this video me talking about, if you are a position trader, what are you supposed to do? If you are a quick trader, what are you supposed to do as well? So I segmented it that way. I hope that this is something you can munch on while we are also on the Christmas break. By the way, you have to use breaks like this as well for you to be able to learn, to be able to grow, and to be able to enhance your skills as well. Don't just use breaks just to be idle and do nothing. Use breaks also to help you grow. So let's talk about Jollibee and enjoy the rest of the video.
So here we go again, guys. I'm doing this, by the way, in freezing temperature. It's relatively cold. Of the even the laptop, it's just touching it. It's basically not as warm as what it is in the Philippines. But anyways, before I begin with Jollibee, allow me to talk about the index first. Allow me to discuss this in the context of where the market in general also is going. I try to put in also the 200-day moving average, 100-day moving average, then the 50-day moving average. Then let me show you also where the 20-day moving average is. But we could disregard the 20-day for this context. But let's start putting in the MACD. Now MACD, if you notice it, it's still below zero, still showing us and denoting that there really isn't any upward push, upward reversal yet as of the time that I'm doing this video. And if you notice it also, this downward push here is basically trying to salvage this. If you notice it, I could project a downward line here. The You see the high starting to get lower. So one thing is for sure, if it tries to push again here, it will now try to form this downward projection. That's why on the previous video I mentioned that 7.4 is very important for the market to hold. It must stay above the 7,400 line so that a downtrend will not happen. That being said, though, we're seeing a resistance, a very strong resistance for the index at the 7,900 level. And if you notice it, that's where the 200-day, the 100-day, and the 50-day moving average are also being set and being formed. And the 7,920 level also shows us that there's a legitimate sense of selling in the markets. But before it even goes there, if you notice it, this 7,692 or 7,700 level is a functioning support. It did not hold its ground yesterday. This was when Trump was impeached. As you all know, events like that create volatility in the markets. Opened here, boom, closed there. But people also realized that that impeachment, as of that point in time, didn't really have bearing on where the economy is. If you notice it also, the market opened here, then intraday, boom, hit 7.4 intraday, massive intraday drop. That's how you respect the support level. As the market hit the support, boom, started to retrace up, went above the opening price and close above the support level. Now, that being said, here's a possible narrative. If it stays above the 7.7 level, it will now try to attack and break past this downtrend. If it breaks past this downtrend, it will the ultimate test will be this 7,900 resistance level, which you need to watch out for. But if this is a fluke, by the way, let me put in an interlace volume here. There was relatively respectable volume naman today, so it's something that you could actually not note as a fluke. It's something that you could also not note also that, hey, this is something that's supported by a lot of people. But that being said, if in the next few days it starts to go down, it will try to go to the 7.7 level, and if the 7.7 level does not hold, that's when it retraces again to the 7.4 level. But as you notice, it intraday to day, it already hit that level and pushed up uh, to and close to where it is today. So that's the progression of the market. If you notice it, we're nowhere near even the 8,100 level as of this point in time. Let's see how window dressing may address that. Let's see how it could possibly push up should window dressing happen for the PSEI. Now let's go to Jollibee. So for Jollibee, if you notice it, it's almost in the same progression as where the market is. This is your downtrend line, downtrend line, downtrend line, downtrend line, downtrend line. It got hit last December 18. You see an indecision, another day where it opened at 3.8, close at 225, not very strong push. Then the next day, boom, it started to go. It started to not hold this particular level. As you all know, the trend's resistance is much stronger than the resistance of the range. I mentioned that in all of our stock smart sessions. For those who attended, you know what I'm talking about. You know the context and the narrative of that this is a much stronger resistance because it's a resistance from the trend line. So that being said, it pushed up. You have an indecision here, then you have a green candle, but not much. There's not much buying conviction. Then you have another indecision candle, then followed by boom, a large red candle, causing it to go back to the support. But above and beyond it going back to the support, what you do know is this: it failed to break this very strong resistance level. That being said, also next day today, stock opened here, then boom, closed here. It's back to the 213 level. That's how strong this downward trending line is. That's how strong this downward trending line protecting and pushing the markets to go up. Now here's what we do know now. You can also peg now a shorter resistance here as well. It's not as strong as the 233 level, but what you do know, it's centering above this because this is where the selling happened today. So should it continue to go down, you could peg this as a short-term support level also. The 205 level, should the breakdown continue, it could go here. If this does not hold, then it would possibly have a narrative to either go back here, or if I put another one, this is the next retracement level. So possible retracement levels for Jollibee, if it fails to go back to the 215 level, it could go to 205. 205 does not hold, it can go to 197. 197 does not hold, it can go back here. But if it goes back to the 215 level, which is good because it creates a support here, it will try and attack this again, which is now the downtrend line, but it needs to clear 225 as well for it to have a shot and a semblance to push up and go up as well. Let me at least add more flavor to this. Now let's try to put the 200-day moving average. If you put the 200-day moving average, let me zoom out so you see it. It's quite far still. So the 200-day moving average is a 260 level, which is also coincidental to the 259 resistance that I pegged earlier. So I'll remove that first. Let's put the 100-day moving average on. The 100-day moving average coincides to this particular 225 resistance level. The 50-day moving average the 50-day moving average is the 215 level. So there's two things that we do know right now. Number one was this. The 50-day moving average did not hold, which is also equivalent to the downtrend line. Then something happened today that the 50-day moving average, which corresponds to the 215 peso line, also got broken as well. The 20-day moving average, which is where our support is at 205, is possibly where the next support could be should we see it actually bounce. Looking at MACD is above zero, which is quite good. So what's interesting also is if it hits this level 205 and it starts to bounce. Let me try to clear some of the drawing so at least you get a firmer understanding as well. So I'm gonna show you more. This one is a more, I guess, optimistic understanding of this, a more optimistic tone naman. Possible narrative now is this: if it hits this level, boom, and as you all know, there's a support at 205. As it pushes up here, I'm not sure if you're noticing this, but you're seeing the lows start to increase as well. That's indicative naman of a stock that's starting to go into an uptrend. But it must clear this to 18, must clear this, then this, and eventually it really must break out from the 259 level for the short term, so or for the midterm. So that's where Jollibee is. It's in a much better position than where it was before, but it must clear this very long and strong downtrend for us to have semblance that hey, it's actually getting better. And it also must clear the 200-day moving average, which is now at the 259 peso level. And that should be your style, that should be your narrative, and that should be your technique. Never to guess, never to speculate, but just base everything on what the numbers and the charts are telling us. And that's how you win. That's how you trade the markets with confidence.
Hey guys, I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you got something from all of this. I hope this is something that gave you so much content as well. Don't worry, I'll be doing this over and over. We're gonna keep you updated on Jollibee, so at least you know what's happening, so that you know and you have the proper mindset, proper framework, proper strategy on how you're supposed to trade Jollibee as well. So as we cross over to 2020 in the next few days, we're still gonna talk about this. We're still gonna analyze this, so you get to have a framework on how you can win, regardless if the market is down or up. You have something based that you don't trade based on emotion. So I guess that's it for now. I'll never stop talking about stocks. I'll never stop sharing my ideas. I'll never stop teaching you guys, because this is the game. I said this on a previous video that people love going to vacations, and I also love going to vacations. I love traveling, but if there's one thing that I love even more, it's pursuing the things that I love to do. And one of the things that I love to do is creating so much content for you guys, giving so much value to you guys, because I really believe that you deserve more, that you deserve more than what you have right now, that every Filipino deserves to be financially free, that this generation will be much better than the ones before us. We will be one of the greatest investing generations ever. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo from Seoul, South Korea. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Merry Christmas, everyone. God bless you. See you all again soon.